Alright, what is up guys, it is Storm back here with another video, and in this one, I am bringing you Mightless, a My Hero Academia story, part 7 by the Mysterious Banana. Now, if you want to read the story for yourself, the link to it will be down in the description below. But before we begin, if you like the content you're seeing, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. I mean, they're all free, so why not? If you want some dope channel merch, the link that'll be down in the description below. And if you want to see more of me, go check out my other channels, and also go follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which will all be linked down below. But without further ado, why don't we just dive right on in. A dark portal opened near Izuku's house's street as Izuku hopped out in normal civilian clothing with his blood-stained outfit stuffed in his backpack. I patched myself as best, Izuku said to himself, heading towards his house. At his house, he recognized the Katsuki family car parked next to his house. Shit, they're still there? And why is the rear left seat missing? Izuku thought. Knowing that Toga was still posing as him for stalling purposes, he looked into the window, expecting chaos inside. What he saw instead shocked him even more. "Come on, Kachan, try to keep up," yelled Toga. "I can't, you're getting in my way," Katsuki yelled back. "Where's our healer?" Toga yelled. "Didn't you kill him 2 minutes ago when he walked into your line of fire?" Katsuki yelled. "No, that was you," replied Toga. Out of everything Izuku expected, Himiko Toga, disguised as him, playing video games with Kachan, still strapped to his car seat, was not one of them. Though unsurprisingly, with Mitsuki there wasn't much Kachan could have done to harm Toga. Just then, Toga's eyes drifted towards the window where Izuku was spying from and winked. Izuku, knowing she sees him, sent her a text through the phone, telling her to switch with him in the bathroom. Toga, receiving the message, flashed a sadistic grin. "Ah, great. What now?" Izuku said, recognizing that grin. Suddenly, Toga turned to Katsuki. "Okay, be right back, just gotta use the bathroom," Toga said. Katsuki grunted. "Oh, and one more thing," Toga said, approaching Katsuki, who had a confused look. Suddenly, out of the blue, without the two mothers noticing. Alright, quick deterrent from the story. This goes into some territory of damage to Naruto story that I ain't really about, but whatever, so back to the story at hand. Toga, still disguised as Deku, kissed Bakugo, with Izuku bearing witness to all of it. Growing pale, Toga smiled at Katsuki. "There goes her innocence, wee!" Toga squealed as she ran towards the bathroom at top speed. Katsuki stayed silent for 5 seconds before giving chase in an explosion of rage, running at least 20 miles per hour despite still being seatbelted to his car seat. "Deku!" Izuku, noticing that this was his cue, ran towards the bathroom and jumped in from the window where Toga was waiting for him. "Hey, Izuku, how'd the mission go?" Toga asked in a giddy tone. Izuku grabbed her by both shoulders and shook her around. "Toga, what the fuck was that? Why would you, disguise as me no less, do that to Kachan?" Izuku yelled at her. "Yeah, since I'm leaving, I thought I'd leave you in an amusing situation before I left. So, good luck getting out of this one," Toga laughed, reverting back to her normal self and escaping through the window. "Izuku, once you come out, you're dead," Katsuki yelled through the door. "Just consider yourself lucky I can't break down this door without the hag blowing all my hair off." Izuku frantically hid his backpack in the cabinet as well as pulling down his sleeve to hide his cuts. As the banging on the door got louder, he knew he couldn't do anything about it. "Fine, Toga, I'll play your game, you sadistic bitch," Izuku thought, pissed off at Toga. Just then, as he was about to confront Katsuki, Mitsuki's call came like the cavalry and saved him from what was to come. "Katsuki, get down here, we're leaving," Mitsuki said. "1 second, Mom, I have a neck to break," Katsuki yelled back. "Don't make me come up there, young man," his mom yelled back. "Oh fuck no, I ain't coming down till I'm done with Deku over here, so unless you can rip off the bathroom door, I suggest you," Katsuki yelled, before getting cut off by an extremely loud stomping. Mom, no, not again." Izuku stared blankly as the bathroom door was ripped off its hinges as Katsuki, still holding onto the doorknob, was dragged away along with his door. "This isn't over, Deku, you hear me? This isn't over!" Katsuki's voice died down the further away he got. "Sorry for the inconvenience my son gave you, and here's for the door," Mitsuki said, giving Inko a roll of 1,000 yen. As the two drove off, Izuku let out a sigh of relief. He looked around to check and see if Toga was around. After making sure, he went to the shower room and washed off the blood of his and his victims. It was around 11:43 p.m., and he was completely drained. He didn't even bother to patch up the wounds he got when Quinn kicked him through the front glass of the H&M store. He just walked up to his bed, flopped onto it, and blacked out. It was around 8:30 a.m. when he woke up, and he found a note on the side of his bed. He knew right away that it was from the League, judging by its black envelope and the fact that they usually only send letters to their subordinates, in fear of getting tracked down by the authorities through the use of his phone. Apparently, there was an urgent meeting at the League, and all members had to attend. Quickly running off without even warning his mother, he made his way to the League. Entering the front door, he realized that the room was filled with different villains. With such a large amount of people, one might think that this was some sort of ceremony. Suddenly, a man dressed in black entered the room. His face was covered, but he emitted an aura of danger. Izuku felt his knees tremble at the sight of this man. Just then, he spoke up. "Greetings, League of Villains. I am All For One, the founder and leader of this organization. I have gathered all of you today because of a magnificent discovery made yesterday, one that takes us a step closer to overthrowing all the heroes," All For One said. The villains cheered to the news, and Izuku felt a huge sense of pride, seeing the joy he brought to the faces of these men. All For One reached into his pocket, revealing the same black liquid Izuku stole from Quinn, who was currently under custody from the news he read. "This thing is called Trigger. It is a drug that enhances one's quirks to unfathomable levels. Though the user loses his mind while under the drug's influence, giving it to an already mindless beast such as our Nomus will greatly increase our battle advantages. Not only that, but we are already working on a version of Trigger that won't affect a person's mind when used," All For One explained, before turning to the crowd. Izuku felt a sense of importance and happiness when the boss pointed to him in the crowd. "And we have this kid to thank. In only 2 days of joining this organization, we already have both the quirk enhancer drug and the weakness of All Might. As such, I believe he is deserving of a reward," All For One said with pride. "Give a big hoorah to Mightless, the hero hunter." All the villains cheered his name as he walked up to the tall man, before saluting the massive crowd. Signaling them to quiet down, Izuku felt the joy he hasn't felt for so long. He spoke up. "Only 4 weeks ago, my biggest dream was to become a hero, but that vision of mine was foolish. I now see heroes for what they truly are. Bullies, preying on the weak of society, exploiting their followers to an abusive level, and still expecting them to remain their loyal followers. It disgusts me to the point of puking." The villain crowd cheered in content. "Yeah, we're not puppets, we deserve better," cheered the crowd. "And thus," Izuku continued, "we shall show no mercy to these hypocrites, whose greed for fame and fortune makes them simply overlook the weak. Quirkless kids getting bullied in the park. We will bring down this corrupt establishment they call the Hero Association, and show the world what heroes for what they truly are. Now, will you step up and join my revolution?" "Yeah!" the villains cheered in unison. "Turn around, boy," All For One said. "I have yet to ask. Is it true that you are quirkless?" Izuku turned around and nodded. All For One then put his hand on Izuku's head. Suddenly, he felt the fingers of the boss sinking into his head as he felt a surge of energy. The sudden shock dropped him to his knees, panting. What was that?" Izuku asked. "I just gave you a quirk. This will be your means of passing the upcoming Yuuei entrance exams in 2 months. That should give you plenty of time to master it," All For One explained. Izuku's eyes lit up with hope as he asked, "What quirk did you give me?" "You'll find out soon enough," All For One grinned. As he stepped down, the villains ran up to congratulate him. For once in his life, Izuku felt admired, like an actual idol. 愛してる